Maybe your best employee, your top performer, is now working to another company at the same time that they're working with you. Yeah, that's real. And it's quite impressive. We have a new term that is growing quite fast on the internet, especially in community like forums online, like Reddit, where people are talking about how to work and how to make it work for them to two or even more companies at the same time. And there is a report interesting from Fortune magazine where they reported cases from professionals who are earning more than $700,000 per year working in different companies at the same time, only in a normal week, like from Monday to Friday. So this is impressive, and this is something that is happening right now. Actually, what is most impressive on this data, if it is correct, and I'm trusting on the source here, at least, or the estimates are saying that at least 5% of the tech workforce in the United States, so people working with technology in the United States from a technical point of view, so software developers, for example, they are doing some kind of overemployment. It could be like working for a company like full time and working in the free time for another company, so having two jobs, but even working at the same time, like Monday to Friday, with full time jobs for two different companies. So that's impressive because this is a change in the relationship, but it also raises a lot of questions, right? I am not here, at least in this video, challenge the legal aspect of it because there is a contract from the company who is hiring you, and they are buying your hours. So there is some kind of expectation of exchange in this relationship based on a contract. And the legal aspect of it, if people are not following the hours that are being contracted by the company and they are using that to do something else, it's another topic, it's another big discussion. But what caught my attention here is, of course, on the work relationship itself. Because in many of those discussions, like in forums online, like Reddit, for example, people are saying, or they are using the narrative that right now they don't trust that the companies are actually going to provide them the safety and the relationship of trust that they expect for like the employer. There is even like in this reporting a person saying like the company, it's anonymous, of course, the company doesn't guarantee my loyalty, so they are not receiving kind of l- loyalty from the employers. So why should I offer exclusivity? So again, I'm not going to talk about the legal aspects of everything here, but it's hard to not bring this topic to the mind right when you think about like what you're expected to deliver to the company. And I'm also not going to challenge the whole possibility that this is just like a trend and it's not going to survive because it's hard. I mean, you already have the stress of working in a company, and how can you expect that you can keep your mind safe? Like, how can you keep your mind healthy working two kind of jobs at the same time and make it work? It's a bit weird for me, but I still want to raise the reflection about the work relationship because yes, we are living in a moment where the relationship between employers and employees are being challenged, and now with more cuts, with more layoffs, we are seeing that employers are choosing to go with the hard decisions to focus on the cost reduction, for example, on a short term um, goal that is reducing the cost, and they are not considering the long-term relationship with many of those employees, of course. But this is part of a bigger thing, right? The layoffs that are happening are part of a change of investment, also moving that investment for AI infrastructure and AI technology. So it's a moment in the market that is going wrong right now. But the reflection is still quite valid because think, for example, from a leadership perspective, if it's already hard to make sure that your team has some kind of psychological safety to work together, to make sure that they are having the balance needed to perform well at the same time they're working on nice, like in a nice balance for the hours they have available to work, and they can grow in their careers at the same time. It's a lot of things that the leader from a local perspective have to reflect when preparing the workload for their employees, right? But if people are even considering that they have the time available and the energy, I think it's not only the time, but energy to work in another company, what could actually be done more for the company or for the job they are right now, the main one, if they deliver that all this energy to make more things? Because of course the whole discussion, and you can bring in the comments your opinion about this, but the whole discussion about work life balance, it's super important right now in a world where things are changing so fast. I will never challenge that. But work life balance and deliverables, they need to walk in the same direction, right? Take, for example, your career. You want to have a better work life balance. You want to make sure that when you leave your work hours, you still have energy to do something else, learning, stay with your family, focus on your hobbies. I don't know. You want to still have energy. And this is all about balance, right? It's not about having more of one thing and less of another, but having a good balance. But if people, especially on the tech environment that is so crowded right now with the challenges around, like as I said, layoffs and everything, and they still have energy to focus on something else, like other jobs, other companies, maybe we have a gap here that we need to discuss on how we can challenge the teams. I'm not talking about more work. I'm talking challenge in a way that they feel they're also progressing in a good way. But maybe you watching this video is not agreeing at all with the way I'm thinking here. And now it's time maybe to turn my reflection as well, because I am thinking out loud a little bit here with you. I'm trusting that you are reflecting with me, because maybe this 5%, it's a hard number actually, 5% of the tech workforce in the US, but let's consider that 5% are doing it. Maybe many of those are young people who actually, they don't have only the more energy to do something else connected with their jobs, but they also have the wish to focus on something that can make them make more money. And make more money is, of course, something that is realistically a focus in the beginning of the career when we want to build your structure, build the structure for your life. So maybe that is a way of seeing it. But as I said, without being in the legal aspect of it, it's hard to take the big picture, and I don't think I'm the right person to do it. And therefore, I want to ask you, what is your opinion about it? Do you feel you have what is needed to do something like this and challenge yourself? And finally, what is the good ratio between making more money, working more to build your life, but also working in a healthy way, a way that will be sustainable for your future?